Alright, and we're back. Yeah, we're doing a completely different video this time, rather than a part 2, can you imagine?
Yes, because we are a diverse kind of guys.
Yeah. Basically with this video, we were talking, and I was talking about how bad the Jurassic Park 3 movie was, and I was telling Tori over here, all these ideas I had for Jurassic Park 4, and he's like, well, let's do a video.
Yeah, get it all recorded, but hopefully no one steals our ideas. We will sue you.
Yeah, Spielberg, namely. But yeah, first off, I want to address that if they do a Jurassic Park 4, which Spielberg apparently wants to do, I want it to have like that same feel, but have a new, fresh air. I don't want this to be a reboot, basically. But
I agree.
But I want it to be apart from the other 3 movies, because Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum have said they don't want to do another Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, I heard that too, and I agree. I mean, a new, fresh cast would definitely kind of maybe revitalize the series for a lot of people, because, those guys are old now, and they're not, like, I mean, they're great actors, don't get me wrong, but they're not, like, big name actors for people now. I mean, I don't think Jeff Goldblum would get a lot of people into the seats of the theater, and ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's not like with Jeff Goldblum is in here, and he's like, oh wait, isn't he on Criminal Intent?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about you, but as far as casting goes, I'd kind of want Dwayne Johnson in here.
That would be interesting. What kind of character would you have him play in the movie?
I'd basically, he's typecast as an action star, so I'd kind of have him like, my initial thought is that InGen sends another team along with a mercenary escort to look for some lost research to try to, like, reboot the process and, start new and kill any dinosaur that gets in the way. Basically, wipe the island clean and start again. Okay.
Yeah, I could see that. Him being, like, the leader of the mercenaries or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like how he was in Doom and about 5 other movies.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I think he should be cast as that. I'm not much for typecasting, but I think it's come down to he should be a action star rather than do more Disney kid movies.
Yeah, he doesn't really fit in well in those. He's kind of... I don't know. Yeah. I can't take him seriously in those kid movies.
Yeah. Do you have any picks of, like, if you could pick someone to be in a Jurassic Park 4 movie, who would you pick?
I don't know. I'm not really good with casting, but, I'm trying to think. I would definitely want someone as kind of like... Because I like your idea of a team, like, going back into the island and trying to find research. And I think the way you could do that is have maybe, like, some young budding scientist who, read Dr. I think it was Alan Grant was his name, of the main character in Jurassic Park. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, Alan Grant.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. So, yeah, some guy who's, like, a big fan of his work, and, he's studying in college, and, he studied his work, he knows it by the back of his hand, and, he wants to go to the island to, see the work and try to duplicate the process, like you said before, and, see if he can improve upon, what John Hammond did.
Yeah.
So, he somehow gets an expedition together, later on, after he gets, like, a job at, like, a lab or whatever, and, he brings the mercs with him, and, all the bad stuff starts happening with the dinosaurs, and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the initial idea is that I don't want this to be a mindless action movie. I want it to keep true to there's a story to it, rather than, ooh, dinosaurs, let's shoot them.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what, I was thinking, too. And I think the tough thing with these movies, doing a new one, is for people that have seen the old movies, you kind of lose the mystique of, like, and even now today it's a little bit different too, because you lose the mystique of, like, seeing the dinosaurs on the big screen and looking so good, because, like, back when the first movie came out, dinosaurs had never been done like that before in live action, and it was kind of like a spectacle. and they just happened to have a good story going along with it, and it was like, the audience, seeing the dinosaurs for the first time on the big screen were just amazed as the characters. And then the second movie, they knew they didn't have that, so they went with the dinosaurs invade the city kind of thing, on homage to monster movies. And then the third one, they kind of tried to do that spectacle thing again and make it dark and I don't know, they tried to do kind of the same thing as the first movie, but they tried to do something a little bit different, like have everyone return and basically up the stakes and make everything more dangerous and action packed. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
From what I saw from the movie. And I think they're going to have to find some way to, if they're going to set it on the island again, to not just concentrate on the spectacle and tell a good story with this unstoppable force of nature, basically the dinosaurs hunting these people. And I would play it kind of like a zombie movie, actually, where, the best thing about zombie movies is not the zombies for me, it's how people react in that kind of situation where they're all holed up and they need to survive together. And I think that's how I would play it Jurassic Park 4, is have this group of people, and it's all about them trying to survive together.
Yeah, that could actually work. I love the whole we're not trying to say zombie dinosaurs, people, if that's what some of you are thinking. Basically the same elements to a zombie movie, but with dinosaurs.
Right, yeah, that's what I meant.
And the other thing, the one thing I want that the third movie failed on is that I want the dinosaurs to act like actual animals like they did in the first two movies.
Yeah, that was a big problem for me, too.
Yeah, because no one can beat around the bush saying the Spinosaurus acted, in my opinion, he acted like a serial killer. But the Velociraptors were kind of like forgivable, because that's maternal instincts as well. That's the same thing you could say for the T-Rexes in the second movie. They were acting on parental instinct. I'm going to get a little animal logic here. Animal behavior, the Spinosaurus, it intentionally hunted them. And I know like some animals do that, but the thing is that that's small prey. If it was hunting, it should have been moved on to something else.
Yeah, it could have easily caught something that would have filled its stomach better, and they could have caught it a lot easier.
Yeah. But no, this thing the Spinosaurus meticulously hunted them.
Yeah.
I don't know, I would, I'd have it basically have them back as animals. I'd have this back at, what was the name of the island that had the park itself, not the research factory?
I can't remember.
Isla Nubar, I think? I can't remember.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to see that. Any directors, in mind?
Trying to think. Maybe Del Toro? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be actually, if the element you were going with, kind of like the horror survival element.
Yeah. And you said Sam Raimi before. I think that would work really well with the premise that I said.
Yeah, or, like I said, Ridley Scott.
Yeah, that would be awesome, too.
Yeah, that would be cool, too. I even said Gareth Edwards. For those who don't know who that is, he is the director of this movie called Monsters, as well as the upcoming director for the 2012 Godzilla movie. I would like to have Spielberg back as producing. I think he produced Joe Johnston's movie as well.
Yeah, I think he did.
I'd like to have him back there as producing. I don't know, for other actors I'd like to have in here, maybe have what's his name? He played in House. What's the actor's name for House?
The guy who plays the main character?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Hold on, I can look it up. House. What's the cast? Not seeing it here.
Hugh Laurie. I found it. Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Hugh Laurie, I say that maybe have him this researcher helping the main character. I don't know who the main character could be played as, but he's like the assistant and worked with. He was one of the researchers who originally helped create the dinosaurs in the beginning of the movie.
That would be a cool idea. And he's kind of like weary of it, and he doesn't think it's a good idea to go back and revisit it. Maybe.
Yeah, and I'd even have him like he has this whole fear of God complex because he thinks he created monsters, not he. At the beginning, I'd have it like he deluded it at the beginning. He'd talk about when we first started Jurassic Park. I had this feeling that we became gods. Instead, we became like Frankensteins.
Oh yeah, so it's kind of like he's receiving his retribution for trying to play God.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would like to see that. That would be a cool character angle.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could talk about, what dinosaurs we'd want. I'd personally, the T-Rex back.
Yeah, I would like to see another T-Rex, because if we're going to do it in the same continuity like we said we would like to, you can't use the original one, obviously, because it died, but whatever happened to the baby of the T-Rex in the second movie?
In the third movie, that was a totally different T-Rex, I heard.
Really?
Yeah, the parents and the baby were on another island.
Oh, okay. I always assumed that was the same one for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'd like to have Allosaurus. For those who don't know, that's the Jurassic, this big game Jurassic Predator. I think that'd be cool. Allosaurus was this, he was the smaller... He was like the the ancestor of T-Rex, who was lighter built and hunted in packs. So think a T-Rex-sized velociraptor.
Wow. That's a deadly combination.
Yeah. Another one, I'd like to see the Triceratops get, my favorite dinosaur, Triceratops, get some limelight.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Triceratops was never really in the movies much, or if at all.
You got any picks?
Of a Triceratops in Jurassic Park?
Well, no, I mean, like, you got any picks for dinosaurs you've always wanted to see?
Oh, I don't know. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but I think maybe it would be cool to kind of explore some of the, not just the land dinosaurs that were around during, that time period. Maybe some of the ones that lived in the seas.
Oh yeah, you mean like plesiosaur? I can't believe I remember all these names, like mosasaur and all these like sea monster type, like almost like sea monsters.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see those on the big screen and do something with them.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see them tackle other prehistoric life, like prehistoric insects.
How so? What would you do with them?
Like the old, like how before there was dinosaurs, there were these like spiders the size of hummers.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant just like when you said insects for whatever reason. I just thought you were just talking about like small insects. But yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Have them toy around. I don't want any prehistoric mammals. People have said like, oh, how about like a saber-toothed tiger in there? I'm like, no, it's called Jurassic Park, ergo dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's kind of a different time period anyway, isn't it? Saber-toothed tigers?
Yeah. I would like to see, well, actually, no, we're kind of running out on time here. Would you care for another part, or do you think we've said everything?
Yeah, I could go for another part.
Alright, another part it is. See you in a minute, guys.
Alright.